tasty.
Yes.
I mean, you know, we're both coming from a German-speaking country,
yes.
so garlic is not one of our beloved things, but since we're here in Asia, we learn to love it.
How about our mussels? Oh yeah, it starts to steam already.
So we should add our mussels.
Yes, you can do that for me, Nick, and just place them in.
And again, always put the mussel in. Very simple.
Yes.
Just leave it underneath, so when the steam comes through, it doesn't get the mussel straight away.
Okay, that's a very nice taste. So what we are going to do next is we will add the milk and wait until the milk is a little bit hot. We prepare it already. We take some fresh milk.
Okay.
And then we add it inside slowly.
How much is in there? Is there half a liter?
This is a 700 milliliters.
Always be a little bit gentle when you heat up milk, because you can start, you know, it can get a film.
Yes.
So rather do it slowly than overheat it.
But now we're going to add our secret recipe. Before we didn't want to take it, but Nick convinced me to use it in my recipe. Actually, I'll be taking a little bit lot. I'm taking about 200 milliliters of white wine to make a very nice taste.
I think that's good.
Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, a little bit, huh?
No, I think he said 200, but that was possibly a little bit more, but not to worry.
Not to worry, but we will see. Okay, but what we are going to do now is we have to close it because it has to boil under the hot heat for about 20 minutes.
What we do now is first we open the lid of our soup to check how far we are.
Look at that, perfect boiling. That's very nice.
What you see here is basically the soup reducing. The olive oil is swimming on top.
So we take it a little bit down so it gets a little bit cold.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And then actually we need something of a blender. Be very careful the first time you do it, because it could actually splash. So rather than pressing the button and holding it, just do very small bursts first to see how it comes.
Make some small intervals, yeah.
So you put it in and make sure that it's fully covered, and then you basically make small intervals first to see how it goes.
Okay, the next step will be we check our mussels. Yeah, they are very nice. We open the pot also.
You can see them, they're steamed through and fully cooked.
That is nice. Yeah.
It smells very good actually.
So the next steps, Nick, will be we have to sieve our soups through this one in a big bowl, because we want only the cream of the soup. We don't want to have any small parts in it, you know. Now we have to give them a little bit more flavor for the soup. I waited with the salt and the pepper until the end because I want to really mix it in the real soup. So what we are doing is we just take a little bit, a pinch of salt, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. And we add some black pepper in it, just to give a very nice taste. We take a little bit for a small portion of soup. Yeah.
And you see it's not very runny, it's not very liquid.
Yes, that's what we want. A creamy soup. You can see that. It wins very nice. We take one more spoon and then it's enough for one person.
Then I give you some mussels.
Yeah, we take some mussels, we put them over here. And then careful, the mussels are still hot, but if you touch them on the end, you will not burn your fingers yourself. You take out the mussels and then you can add them very nice. Add another one over there.
I would normally say for a person bowl, you take around 3 to 4 mussels.
Yes,
that really is good. These are good sized mussels. If you have the French one or the Italian, they're smaller, you can add a few more.
For the last one, we make a nice decoration. This one is sage. Sage is a very nice herb. Look at that, it's a very nice smell.
It is actually one of the herbs used very much in French cooking, or in European cooking a lot, and it really adds a lot of flavor.
So the only thing what we do is we take out some leaves, yes, and then we make a very nice decoration inside the middle of the soup.
And what I would normally do, just to give it a little nice shiny, is just a drop of olive oil in the middle.
Just a small drop inside.
That's okay.
That's
and
enough.
You see that? And then you add a little bit salt and pepper on the top if you want to, and it's perfect. tomato soup with garlic, with some New Zealand mussels and some sage and some olive oil.
Yeah.
A nice starter, fantastic. So we will see you after the break for the next dish. Yeah. And I think it's focaccia.
Yeah, and then we go on.
Fantastic. See you after the break.
Bye.
What we want to show you today is how easy it is to make a bread at home. Today it's a focaccia, one of the most fluffiest breads in Italy, and it's very simple.
Very, very simple. And I will only use my hand to knead the dough.
We have our all-purpose white flour, what we chopped early on.
We have our rye flour for our rustic taste and for the coloring. We have some salt for the flavoring. We have the yeast for the raising of the bread. We have some tomato paste also for make a very nice strong taste in it. And then we have some sun-dried tomatoes in olive oil, which one we will add later on. And of course our black olives, which one we sliced already. To mix all ingredients together, we also add some water.
Okay, Manfred, how do you start?
Okay, the first thing what we are going to do is we take our flour and then we add it inside the bowl.
How much flour are we talking about?
It is about 300 grams of flour.
Okay.
And then we add about 30 to 50 grams of rye flour for the rustic taste. We put it on that side. Yeah.
Can I ask you, Manfred,
Yes, please.
did you sift the flour before?
No, this one for this bread we don't need to sift. If you want to make a cake, you have to sift the flour. But for a bread, actually, you don't need to sift the flour.
Okay.
So that's a very nice step. Then we add some salt inside for the flavoring. Yeah, everything inside. And then we add the yeast for the raising of the bread. No yeast, the bread will stay very, very flat.
Manfred, tell me, why are you putting all in different corners rather than in one corner?
If you put the yeast and the salt together, the salt will start to eat the yeast and then the bread will not raise properly. And then we also use some tomato paste. We put that over here. Yep, perfect. Everything inside. Okay, that's our basic ingredients. And of course we will need to add some of the water. We're using a bowl first to mix our ingredients together. Later on we take out the dough and I will show you the traditional kneading technique for the bread. So what we are going to do is now to slowly mix all the ingredients together. See, all the ingredients, they will go together like this. As you can see, we get a little bit sticky dough already inside. So what you can do now, for me Nick, is put a little bit of olive oil inside.
Absolutely. Normally we would use around 30 milliliters.
Yeah.
We have it in a wrist, correct?
Yes, so, okay, that should be fine. As soon as you use the olive oil, you can see the kneading gets much more easier because the oil is really, really nice and smooth. So, okay, this one, while I'm kneading this one on the table, Nick, you can cut me the sun-dried tomato on the cutting board over here.
Absolutely. How would you like it? You want it quartered? You want it sliced?
Just slice it up in small pieces, that's fine for me. You can put them just in the middle of it, everything in here. Yeah, perfect.
One more.
Okay, that's fine. And we also take our olives and put that in the middle as well. Most important is also the focaccia should be actually a very, very soft dough because we want to have it very, very, very nice. Now all our ingredients are inside, you can see. We have many different colors, black, red and the white of the plain dough. So it's very, very, very nice. So this one starts to go already. So what I'm doing now, I will finish the kneading of the dough on the side table, not in the bowl anymore, because our ingredients are go together. So what I'm taking, a little bit of flour on the table.
Hold a little bit. When Manfred is actually talking about the dough is starting to go, what he's actually meaning is the yeast is starting to work. The yeast is starting to raise. So basically you can feel the dough is starting to expand already a little bit.
That's what we're doing is. And then what I'm doing now, that's the traditional technique what we are using to put the dough together. Always with one hand, put the dough forward and backward, and then we can see the dough gets more smoother and smoother.
You can actually